Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky, and this is a little weird for my Learning to Draw Weekly channel, but I got this Wacom tablet. This is the Wacom Intuos Pro Medium. I got it because it was on sale. It was 240 bucks, which isn't bad at all. And I just started learning how to draw on digitally. So I figured I'd show you guys what I was up to. My work is actually a lot worse digitally than it is on paper for some reason. This is actually going to be a demented elf. So the eyes and everything are on purpose. So I figured I'd just show you guys what I was up to and say hello and kind of show you guys. So I'm using Krita. I started out in Photoshop, but Photoshop, I actually spent a whole day in Photoshop trying to do something with my Pokemon trainer sketch. You guys have seen my, I think 2 weeks back, my Learning to Draw Weekly, you guys saw my Pokemon trainer sketch where it wasn't lined or anything. It was just a sketch of my trainer with long wavy hair, just like my hair is, and the same exact color eyes that I have, with my 2 party Pokemon that I had started with my Pichu and my Poplio. And I was trying to mask it to attempt to paint it in Photoshop. And I got so frustrated, I gave myself a headache. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, where you just got so frustrated because you couldn't figure out what to do that you got a headache, which it happened to me. So I went in to look at different programs. Now, I started using Photoshop because I use Adobe Sketch on my iPad. I use Adobe Sketch and Adobe Draw. So it's really great when I go into Adobe Sketch and Adobe Draw where I can just go in and I can tweak some little things. And it's great. You know, I export it, and I export it to a big file on the computer. I send it to my file on the computer through Adobe Draw. I just hit send to Adobe Photoshop and it sends it to the computer, which is great. But I couldn't color in that, or not just color, like paint at all. I couldn't do any of that, and I was so frustrated. So I ended up moving to Krita over here, and it's much easier for me to at least try to do anything as far as the software is. Now, it's not the intuos pad mostly that I was frustrated with, but I am a little frustrated because my lines are off almost. It feels like my lines are off. I have a really big screen. That's why I got the medium, but I feel like I probably won't get lines exactly where I want them because I have one without a screen. I mean, it's alright, but I feel like, I don't know. See, I get out of the lines a lot. If you guys can see, I've done a lot of talking instead of a lot of drawing. Let's draw a little bit. It's the first time in a while that you guys have seen me actually draw anything. I'm gonna give this deranged elf really weird hair because that's what I like to do. This elf, her eyes were off originally, so that's what gave me the idea to make her a really deranged elf for some reason. It's, you know, December, it's Christmas time, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm recording this with XSplit, and I was actually thinking about streaming, but I'm definitely not good enough to stream. I'm afraid people will judge me. Like, my YouTube channel doesn't have nearly enough traffic for people to come on and judge me. So you know, that's fun. I'm gonna look up elf costumes on my phone because I can't do it on my computer right now because I'm recording my screen. Because XSplit doesn't do this kind of software, just does screen capture, which is fine. I don't even have a second screen, so it's not like... Let's see. I'm not going to give her a hat, even though that would be super easy. Let's give her this outfit. So, like, I'm going to give her fur here, probably. I normally just do, like, a super sketchy sketch. She's going to be, like, real real cartoony, real cosplay. Not cosplay, real chibi-ish. Like a really tiny body, probably. Let's give her like that Christmas fur almost. I have no idea how to paint or do layers in this right now. Like, I know how to do more in Adobe Sketch on my iPad than I know how to do in a program that apparently does more right now. So I'm giving her this weird kind of like, how should I make her pose? She's deranged, so maybe like a holding a cookie or something. Do you want to be holding a cookie, girl? I'm still super sketchy, but you can tell that my lines aren't as strong or as pretty much anything as normally my lines are much more confident, I guess you could say. Like, that's not right at all. How do I erase? This is pretty much what I've been doing for the past couple of days. Is there no erase tool, or have I not found the I've been using Control Z. Aha! Is that the eraser? Yes. I've been using Control Z for the majority because I know how to use it. Okay, how do I make the eraser go back? Okay. Because I know how to use it, so I'm gonna give her super tiny chibi arms. This is just really sketchy. I just wanted to kind of draw a deranged shell for some reason. It's not really, like, gonna be finished artwork, probably. But I'm just learning how to use this intuos. So I've had it for pretty much a weekend. I've had it pretty much for a weekend, and it's an early birthday present. My birthday's on the 9th. It is currently the 6th. And, so yeah, I, trying to learn how to use it. And for some reason, it's much harder than I thought it would be. Well, no, that's not true. I thought it would be super hard, and it is. So, hips. What are you gonna do with your hips, girl? Besides be deranged with that cookie that you have right here. This probably should be up a little bit. Yep. That's where that cookie's gonna be. It should be bigger. Let's give her a big sugar-encoded cookie. Can I get... okay, there we go. I'm learning. Can you tell that I'm learning? It's not even a good circle. Like, this is a good circle. That's not a good circle. Okay. Alright. Let's see. This is not going well. You're gonna have really thick legs, apparently. That's okay, though. That's okay. You're deranged. It happens. Let's bring those in a little bit. I don't know why I drew the fur first. Well, I kind of want her to have, like, a really big tube of fur, almost, around her. This is super sketchy. She's not even straight. What happened? I know your head is cocked kind of to the side, which is why I wanted you to be deranged, but your neck and your body are over. And I didn't notice until now. So that's fun. I'm learning. I did this the other day. I tried patterns and stuff. I really want to learn. There's a pattern in here that's a tree. I don't know how to use this. I can't, like... Use as pattern. Use as pattern. There's no use as pattern here. I just want to use this. Move. I don't know how to use that. I really want to use those patterns up there. I'm going to look at tutorials and stuff. This is just me messing around. I really wanted to use it on this tree. This tree I did in watercolors, which I super love. I love the watercolors in this program. And this is the first thing I drew in here, so that's fun. But, this tree, I wanted to use it to see if I could, like, get the watercolors to be in a weird kind of tree pattern without having to do, like, extra things, and I couldn't figure it out. This is awesome. I've had this up on my computer for a while. This deranged shelf is not the first thing that I've done here, but I kind of like her. She's deranged in a good way. I just really wanted to draw a deranged elf. Is that wrong? At 1 in the morning. Oh, it's only 12:30. I'm ahead of myself. Tomorrow is my Overwatch video, so I don't get to draw too much tomorrow. Plus, I'm making cookies for Christmas. Christmas cookies. I'm making cream cheese cookies. If you guys haven't had cream cheese cookies, and you love cream cheese like I do, you really should, because it's awesome. So this is the Intuos, the Wacom Intuos Pro Medium. I'm a little weirded out by the keybinds that they have. So for Krita, they don't have this button here. Does it show up on my screen on here? It does. Okay. So on Krita, this display toggle here is, in Photoshop, it's undo. So when I first started using it in Photoshop, I was like, oh, cool, that's undo. But, there's no, like, Control-Z undo. I guess I could go back in and change them. I think there's a thing in Wacom that says I could go change it, but I don't know. I'm just getting started, darn it. What am I going to do with this elf? This elf girl. Can I have a new layer? How do I do that? New layer. I did it! Okay. Can I lock this layer? I got rid of it. We're just gonna kind of give her a little weird colors. She's gotta have green hair. She's a crazy elf. Okay, I can just tap on it and it'll happen. Okay, she's gonna have green hair is what's happening. This is what I'm doing right now. This is... my drawing on here has gone from an okay kind of high school level almost, or like a pre-high school level, which is where I thought I was before I got this tablet, back to 3rd grade preschool level. And I don't know why. Is using a tablet really that hard? I guess. I guess it's that hard. I was trying to make up for it in Photoshop with using different colors and shading. Stuff that I feel like I've learned to do. That's not, I don't like that. It went over to her eager. But like shading and darker colors and stuff that I feel like I've learned, at least with my ballerina sketches. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how to use it. I got so frustrated. I quit my computer for like that whole rest of the day. I went into the living room and took some Advil, and then I took a nap. So this is normally my most active time, is when I am on the computer at like 3 o'clock. I actually came up with an interesting story the other day, and I really wanted to draw it. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I posted a picture of a girl dressed up as a Miko. If you know what that is in Japanese lore or Japanese culture, it's a like a priestess almost. And I came up with a story at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's typed on my phone that I really wanted to illustrate. Like, I came up with the entire story. I typed the whole phone. I typed it all out on my phone, and then I decided I really wanted to try to illustrate it, even though I know I'm not up to that level yet. And I pictured a more... I liked the way my picture came out, but it's a very chibi picture. It's not... Definitely not worked enough for me to say, okay, that's the character design for this story. But it was fun to go that extra step. Like, with writing, like, I've always been a writer, and I feel like I've never really gone that step. So I dreamed up the story, dreamed up the character, gave her a design, and then drew her. I, like, made a character design. And I feel like that was a huge step for me. I totally loved that. That made me like art again. That was, I think that was the day I got frustrated. I got so frustrated, and then I decided, this is a little off. It's okay, I kind of like it because it's weird. She's supposed to be weird. She's supposed to be, like, super weird. Okay, we're gonna give her a little darker hair strips down here. Because it's beneath her head, you know? So it's... Control Z. It's the only way I know how to undo. Besides the eraser, which erases everything, which is fun. I don't even know if I'm using this in markers or whatever. I plan on going on and finding, like, different brushes. Hopefully they won't be, like, something I have to pay for since I'm just trying out. She has, like, a cut on her face now. That's alright. It's alright. I'm totally okay with it. I'm okay with her being real mucked up because she's super deranged with her cookie. Her eyes are off on purpose. Some people are like, oh, you know, your eyes are off. Or at least me and my brain is like, my eyes are off. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's supposed to be like that. We're giving her shadows. Hair shadows. It's really hard to draw on this thing, I feel like. Let's give her a couple strands in here. There are so many brush categories in this program that I honestly have no idea where to even get started with these brushes. I'm pretty sure this is just a regular paintbrush. I tried textured brushes and paintbrushes. I don't like that last one. There we go. Okay. I kind of like you, strange elf girl. We're in a different layer, right? So if we, yeah, okay. I don't know how to make a skin color on here. And my Adobe Sketch, you can transfer colors. So I just used the same color of skin that I was using on my iPad. She's in the snow, right? So she definitely has like a super pale color. I have no idea what I'm doing. Nah, it's a little dark for her. Can I move this to like a little too pink? Let's move this down a little bit. There we go, that should work. Yeah, okay, taking that. It's a little pinkish, but she's an elf, so she must be warm in Santa's house. I'm not lining it, because I don't know if my hand will be steady enough to do that. Some people do speed paints and stuff, and I just watch them in awe, because I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, you're so good. I'm sitting here being super bad at art. Okay, I'm not the worst when I'm drawing on paper. When I'm drawing on paper, I can at least draw what I intend to be drawing, which is where I wanted to start at least. And on the computer, it's just so hard. I can make this bigger, right? Yeah. Oh, that's much better. But it's over the line here. Okay, I can make it smaller with pressure, which is cool. Cool, cool. I like that. And since it's on a different layer, I can go over the lines with an eraser, clean up the lines a little bit. So blotchy because I keep lifting. No lifting. We're redoing all of this. No lifting at all. Just one straight. I think it's in Copics, which is a little odd. So that's the only thing I can think of that does that, Copics. Oh no. Nope. Do you guys ever do that? I do that a lot now. I try to do that in my traditional art now, which is terrible. You know what? I'm gonna do a separate layer. Can I erase all of this and just do it on a separate layer? Probably. Nope, doesn't go back that far. That's fine though. And I'm gonna put it underneath this layer. Okay. So if I draw on this, will it go underneath? Oh, it's a miracle. The miracle of technology. Sweet. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get something that did layers is because on my Adobe Sketch, it's so convenient to be able to do layers like that. Like, I haven't even lined it and I'm already coloring it, just because I can. Suppose I can press down a little bit and get tiny brush, tiny brush. Okay, then I can go back with the eraser tool and just erase little bits, right? Yep, apparently so. It's a miracle. I'd never be able to do this with Copics or Blix, which is great. Okay, let's get these eyes cleaned up. Cleaned up a little bit. Okay, then we can go back with this and make it smaller. Ah, so convenient. So convenient. Digital art is super convenient. I've noticed that from going from traditional to digital, but on the same point, it's super hard to learn the software. And I'm not that bad at learning software. Like, I know a little bit about computers, but also what I find super annoying is that in Photoshop, this dial here is rotate. The rotate is zoom, and I like that better, I think. Okay. I think this is in watercolors. I think I'm in watercolors right now. Okay, can I make this brush, this eraser smaller? Apparently I can. Try to clean up the lines a little bit. Though I'm gonna go back and line it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just hate when it goes over so much. It's probably pulled over from traditional art. I haven't even drawn her hands yet on this cookie. Which is kind of like me coloring. Well, she's super chibi, so maybe I'll just give her super chibi hands. Like those hands that you're just blocks, essentially. Yep, I'm giving her super chibi hands. It's happening. I drew a picture of my phone today. I went to a bar with my parents, which is a super weird sentence, but it was my dad's birthday, so we went to a bar and by the beach, and I had a drink. I had 2 drinks, actually, and I decided right then, I wanted to paint things. So I did on my phone with my fingers, and it was super weird. I was using an app called Tatsuya Pro. But, I don't know, it worked. It turned out pretty good, actually. You know what? Her other hand has the underneath, so I'll just make it like that. Yep. Seems to be a skin layer happening now. Okay, and then she's gonna have red. Am I done with the skin? I didn't put her feet in, so yeah, I guess. I'm gonna give her red stuff. How long has this gone on for? This video is like super long. I apologize to anybody and everybody. I'm gonna put this on my hair layer. Because I just wanted to show you guys how I was getting on with this intuos. So this is, like I said, I've been coloring with this for or drawing with this pad for a couple of days now. I don't think I've gotten any better, to be honest with you. I don't think I've gotten any better at all. Like, it's incredibly nerve-wracking how little or how not well I've gotten on with this thing. Because I really like digital art, but I'm just not getting along well with this Intuos. This Intuos Pro thingy. I'm gonna give her fur right before her hands. Or before her, yeah, right here. Her wrists. It's super fun to just draw something really weird, though. She's gonna have the coolest cookie in the house. I'm obsessed with cookies. I'm gonna cook cookies tomorrow. I'm gonna bake cookies, cream cheese cookies with my mom, who's here. I'm here, so I might as well. But I'm super excited to make cream cheese. I haven't made cream cheese cookies with my mom since I was little. They're super fun to make. But cream cheese cookies aren't that great to eat when they're warm. Chocolate chip cookies are super great to eat when they're warm. But my dad makes our stash of chocolate chip cookies. So that's a thing. I could probably do this in a bigger brush, but I don't know. I've heard there's this mythical thing called masking. I don't know what that means. Not a clue. This is definitely watercolor, so it's taken like watercolors. Or at least a watercolor type thing happening here. Can I like do a separate... I didn't want to brush this fine to get a color like that. It's interesting that the pressure makes the brush bigger and smaller. It's interesting that that is a thing. Oh my god, I clicked on the thing. The only problem with this is I can't go back now. There's no turning back. Ah! Wait, that's... Okay. I clicked on the eraser and it drew more. I'm going to have serious nightmares. Her legs probably shouldn't be this big. She's so blotchy. Oh my god. I just want to draw this in traditional watercolors. I want to get out my watercolor set and draw this character in traditional watercolors because this is not going well. This is going horrible. Let's give the fur a gray type of, yeah, kind of warm gray tone, or a cool, not a warm, a cool gray tone. That's too big for that. I figured out how to draw fur or how to color fur in real life recently, and like when I say real life, I mean in traditional media. Now I just feel silly drawing it digitally. Because it just feels silly to me. It just is not the way I want it. I gotta go play more Pokemon Sun and Moon after this. I'm probably just gonna stop after I make this really quick. How am I getting along with this intuos thing? Beginner artist with the intuos, the Wacom Intuos Pro. I got the Pro version mainly because I wanted to try all these buttons out, and it was on sale. It's normally like, I think it's normally almost $400, or is $400, and I got it for $240, which is ridiculous. That was the deal at Staples. It was all sold out, so I had to order it, and yeah, I ordered it on the computer, and it got to me in record time. I have to order some Copic refills. So if you guys don't know, I love my Copics. I have a very tiny set of Copics, very tiny. And when I got the Copics, some of the Copics, they were dry. They were almost dried out. So I have to buy Copic refills when I buy my Copics. Most of the ones that are dried out I got from Michaels. It's because in Michaels you can test them, I guess. I want to put a new layer underneath those hands. No, right there, I guess. Yeah. Because I want to make cookie. I want to make cookie. Kind of chewy cookie, maybe? Kind of color is dough, chewy cookie dough. Probably that, right? It's gonna be a little bigger. Chewy cookie dough. Why is it covering up the hands? Do I need to go around the hands? That seems like a waste. Why did I make a new layer if I have to go around the hands? What is this madness? Well, that happened. It's a really big brush, but if I do light... Nope. If I do light, can I just do really tiny dots? Nope. Why are the dots are too tiny? Dots too tiny. Abort, abort. No idea what I'm doing. Absolutely no idea. But she has a crazy chocolate chip cookie now, which is great. And I can go back here. If figured out how to do that. And drawn these fur things. This is gonna look like a massive blob of colors when I remove the sketch lines. It's just looking horror. Yep. That's horrifying. Why are there 2 globs of red here? What happened here? Well, I'm giving her a barrette. When did that happen? And why? Now she has a barrette, though. Oh, God. Can I not? Oh, I gotta go in the hair layer, right? Yep, so it's over top. You have a barrette now with a bow. Are you happy? Are you happy that there's a bow in your hair now? Talking to this deranged elf. Probably not a good idea. What do you think she would say? What do you think she would say to me? Stuff like, ah! She probably wouldn't be able to form words or sentences. Honestly. She has a barrette now. I don't know how to fix my mistake, so I'm adding barrettes. Oh, I'm so not good at this. Okay. Let's add a new layer and finish this horrible thing up. I don't really need that, I just need that. But I'm gonna change the brush. Is that gonna mess everything up? I don't remember how to change the brush from yesterday. Just hit the microphone. That's my life. How do I change brush? How do I change brush? Nope. Tools! No, that's recording. I don't want to record. I'm already recording. Recording for the 3 people on the internet who care. Plus my mom. I mean 2 and my mom. That's it. I'm done. I can't figure out how to do it. It's 1 o'clock. I'm going to bed. I will see you guys on Thursday for the Ninja Weekly. The traditional is still gonna be a thing. I kind of like her. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like her. She's deranged and I like it. I'll see you guys.